What's going on, beautiful people? The Black Hokage here, aka TBH, and to be honest, I'd like to welcome you back to my podcast, Hokage Thots, the show where ain't no hoes, but we do think out loud here on Apple, Spotify, or whatever you choose to listen to this show. And today, in which I'm recording, what is today? October 15th, 2020. It's been a month since the last show. And you know, the last few episodes, I've been giving like health updates because people keep asking me. People keep coming through to the streams asking me where I'm at, all this other stuff. So since the last podcast, it's been about a month. I weighed myself this morning, which, by the way, this is the first time I've weighed myself in a month. I don't look at the scale anymore. I am down to 197 pounds. My starting weight was 233. Well, technically my starting weight was like 280, but you know, I plateaued at like 233 and then I changed the diet up. So as of like the new starting point, like that plateau point, I'm down another 36 pounds. So I mean, we smashed the goal. My goal was I wanted to drop 30 pounds. But I mean, we blew past that. So, then I thought, I was like, maybe I should go for 40. I was like, I don't think that's enough. So I'm going for 50 now. I'm going to try to do like another 15 or something like that. So I can lean out. Cause like, I mean, if you're watching the video version at youtube.com/theblack-hokage, by the way, that was not the Rona. So make sure to leave this podcast 5 stars. That was not the Rona. What's that name? You can see like the difference. People tell me I'm starting to look skinny and shit now. And I can fit in a large shirt now. That's a difference. I don't like my XL shirts. I was trying to hold on to them giants, but I was just being a little cheapskate. I went ahead and dropped the bag last night. I spent a bunch of money. I was like, it's time to upgrade, because I was looking at myself on stream, because I work out on stream at twitch.tv/theblack-hokage 6 days a week. Usually in the morning or like early afternoon, depending on how late I'm running or whatever. That's my schedule. And god damn, maybe it is the Rona. It's not. I'm joking. I need a swig of this water. That's what I fucking need. I haven't coughed all day. I cut this damn podcast on. Something like gets in my throat like some fucking lint or something. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, I was trying really hard to hold on to them XL shirts. I was really trying not to spend no money, but I went ahead and dropped the bag. And by a bag, I just spent more money than usually. I didn't want to. I just bought a bunch of I said that the XLTs are too big. Like I was looking at myself on stream, and like I felt like I was starting to look a little crazy. Like the shirts were looking too damn big, and then like I knew I had lost some weight because like, and I don't be focusing on that. I just be trying to work out and be consistent. That's what I'm focused on. But I knew I had lost some weight when like I was working out like a couple of days ago. And like I was like jumping rope, and like my shirt was like leaning to the side and shit, and I'm like constantly pulling it up and stuff. And like somebody had said in the chat, he was like, yeah, your shirt's a little too big now, dog. So I was like, let me just go ahead and spend some money. So I went on Amazon last night, and I bought a bunch of because y'all know I'm not buying no designer or nothing like that. I'm not spending a bunch of money. I bought a bunch of black tees, white tees, navy. I bought some pink, yellow, a bunch of different like colors, generic fucking t-shirts, like Hanes t-shirts. I bought them in large. Now that I can fit a large now. And then I also bought a handful of like workout large shirts too, because I wanted some clothes specifically for like working out versus just working out in my t-shirts and shit. So I bought a bunch of, I'm updating that. And then also with the fitness stuff, I'm sure people are like curious like what I did. For those of you who like a first time listener, I used what was called the carnivore diet to break past my plateau. Ace put me onto it. He's part of the GI. He runs his own fitness podcast, and it's a fitness and gaming podcast. It's called Gamerflex Podcast. He put me onto it. He lost like 20 pounds on it, and he was already lean. And then his homeboy was telling me lost like 40 pounds on it. And I'm almost there myself now too. I know Joe Rogan talked about it on his podcast, and some people were like clowning me when I talked about it, but I mean, Agent, what's the name? You know, the 2K YouTuber. He did the carnivore diet as well, and he lost 100 pounds. Like people are like clowning it because like it's a meat only diet, but it's an elimination diet where you eliminate all carbs and sugar from your diet. And for me, it worked. But that being said, I'm not on carnivore anymore. As of October 1st, I came off the carnivore diet because it's not a long-term solution. It was just something for me to kind of kick my metabolism back into drive because I felt like it was kind of like dormant. And now that it is, I've entered since October 1st, I started eating carbs again, but now I eat, you know, complex carbs like sweet potatoes, oatmeal, like healthy carbs. I try to stay, I've not eaten any pasta. I stay away from stuff like that, and like rice. It has to be like black rice or like, you know, like some other type of rice. I forgot with brown rice or something like that. It has to be like, it has to have nutritional value because white rice has no real nutritional value. They strip it of it. Same thing with like white bread and shit like that. I haven't eaten any bread, I don't think. So I keep it really low. I still have low minimum carbs, but I'm eating them again, and I'm really enjoying them. Like I had roasted potatoes like last night. I really, oh my God, y'all. I posted on Instagram my first meal on October 1st. I had some salmon with some roasted potatoes and asparagus. That asparagus, the grilled asparagus, it was fire. I was like, I can't believe I missed vegetables. The potatoes was fire. Woof, man, it's good. But late nights I don't eat carbs. I try to only eat the carbs for either breakfast or like lunch. That way I can burn them off. I try to strategically eat them so I can burn them off during my workout. I absolutely eat no sugar. I do not fuck with no sugar. I get like a little bit of sugar, and the only places I get sugar from is like, in some seasonings, for those of you unaware, and I found this out being on the diet, and this is one thing that I learned from the diet, is like I pay attention more to labels when I'm in the grocery store. There's a lot of seasonings and like, condiments like ketchup and stuff like that have a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, but it has sugar in it. And, if you eat a lot of that stuff, it compounds up. So I get a little bit of sugar from the seasonings that I have in my cabinet. I get a little bit of sugar, but it's natural from fruits because I'm eating fruits again. Not a lot, but I'm eating fruits again. And then I get I was gonna say, where else do I get sugar from? I think those are only two places. Like I'm pretty much not fucking with it. I don't drink any juice. I drink sparkling water still. There's like a few things that I do like that. But yeah, we did that. We're off of that. Now I'm just focused on eating healthy and staying consistent, and it's working. The weight is still coming off. So by the time the next podcast drops, I'm pretty sure I'll be down like 40 pounds by then. So I'm gonna try to go for 50. I also, when I say I dropped the bag, I bought a bunch of workout clothes as well as t-shirts, and then flu season is coming, so it's looking like we're gonna be here a while with this Rona shit, because it's gonna get worse, man. It's gonna get worse because y'all refuse to put a mask on. So I ended up dropping a bag on, I bought a set of dumbbells. I bought some adjustable weights. They go up to like 45 pounds. It goes from 5 to 45 pounds, and it has like this little knob that you can switch the weights to. Not like super heavy, but it's something to stimulate muscles because I'm kind of tired of doing, I always enjoy jump roping, but I'm kind of tired of doing calisthenics. I'm gonna still do it. That's all I've been doing for those of you unaware on stream. I've been doing jump rope and calisthenics, a lot of push-ups, jumping jacks, fucking shoulder taps, planks, mountain climbers, stuff like that, old school stuff. And it's been like, for those of you who think you have to go to the gym and you're making up these bullshit ass excuses, come on over to twitch.tv/theblack because I'm showing it that you do not need to go to the gym. I deadass be on my balcony with a yoga mat doing calisthenics, jumping rope, and doing yoga stretches and poses. That's all the fuck I've been doing. But last night I dropped the bag. I bought some adjustable weights, so I'm about to incorporate dumbbells into my workout again. And then also I bought a workout bench because it was on sale. Shout out to Prime Day. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of weightlifting now too. I'm not really trying to put no muscle on. I'm already kind of built. More so to just kind of lean out. That's my goal. And then also in terms of the clothes, like I said, I bought a bunch of just generic tees, and then I've been buying up all my homies merch. So if you know anybody with some fire merch, I've been, updating the wardrobe. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, a matter of fact, speaking of merch, this is for those you don't know where, Ethos, part of the GI podcast. He's also a game developer. We remind you every goddamn episode. He's working on his game. It's called Samurai Zero, and he has some merch available right now. He has 3 t-shirts available. I bought all 3. So I mean, this is one of them. If you're watching the video version at youtube.com/theblack-hokage, let me show it off. Hold up. Bam, bam. I'm a thought. There you go. So yeah, this is his t-shirt. Yeah, if you want to cop his merch, go support him. Support black business, support black developers. You can get it if you're listening to the audio. Go to here. Let me show it on the screen with the video version. Go on over to merch.samurai0.com. I repeat, merch.samurai0.com. Go support the homie. Buy his shit. He did not pay me to say any of this. He didn't even give me these t-shirts for free. I don't think he knew I bought them. I just bought them because I needed clothes. Because like I said, I tried, y'all. I tried to hold on to them XLTs, but it was time to let them go. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So that's the update on the health stuff. My focus is just, trying to stay consistent with the workouts, eat right. I stay away from sugar. I don't do nothing crazy. I don't track. Like, people come in my chat, do you track your macros? No. I I eat on the days where I work out, which is 6 days a week. I eat when I'm hungry. I just make sure that when I do eat, I eat healthy. You know what the fuck you gotta do, bruh. Eat your veggies. Make sure you getting good fats, you know, and good proteins. Good fats meaning fish and eggs and shit. Get your good proteins in. Make sure to drink plenty of water and just stay moving. That's all I did. Basic ass shit and a shit ton of push-ups. Basic ass shit. I'm not tracking my macros. I'm not doing all this other extra shit. I do not care about none of that. And you will be perfectly fine. Do not get caught up in all that. You know what the fuck you gotta do. And the work is paying off. I feel better. One of the things, I don't know if I talked about it on the last podcast. This turned into a whole damn health update. I have way more energy. That's why you see me putting out more videos now on YouTube, as well as I've been dropping a video every day for like the past 2 weeks, and I've been streaming twice a day on top of that, and I'm still giving time to my girl. Like, I'm taking phone calls about big bags. So, and I mean, also part of the reason I've been dropping more videos is I spent since the last podcast, my iMac, my 2015 iMac, it died. It broke down on me, and like, I'm the type of person, I don't care how much money I make. Like, I'm far from broke. I don't care how much money I make. I just don't like spending money on shit that I feel like is not necessary. It's like, why do I don't understand the concept of people who get a check and then they feel like they need to go buy clothes all the fucking time. It's like, I got clothes in the closet, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I'm gonna rock them bitches till the wheels fall off. I do not give a fuck what any of you have to say. I do not get on stream. I do not get on video to be cute. I get on to entertain and share knowledge and hopefully make somebody's day better. That's what I create content for, and solving problems. But I at that point I had to buy some shit. I had to buy it. It is what it is. So yeah, my iMac broke down, and I ended up I was like, you know what? I'm a techie. Even though I don't like spending money, when it's time to spend it, I do spend money, because it's better to invest a lot of money in a quality product than constantly buying cheap shit over and over. That's why a lot of y'all be going broke, because in the long run, you be spending money on some cheap shit. Like, you motherfuckers were like, I seen a video on TikTok, and we're all over the place, by the way. Rate this podcast 5 stars. We have not even gotten past the intro. By the way, since we haven't gotten past the intro, if you enjoy the show, make sure to rate the show 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. It helps me move up the algorithm. And also, if you want to financially support the show, feel free to drop a donation on my Cash App. My Cash App is $the Black Hokage 08. If you're watching the video version, it's right there on the top left. It's $the Black Hokage 08. If you really support your boy, prove it. Drop a donation. It can be $1, $5, $1 million. It doesn't matter. I appreciate you. And I also respond to everybody who donates on Cash App. What was I about to say? But yeah, I seen a video on TikTok of this chick that was just like boasting about how, and it kind of goes back to the video I was talking about earlier this week that I dropped, where I was talking about how I used to spend a lot of money on hats. It was a video on TikTok of this chick where she was like bragging about how she had some bootleg AirPods that she got from the gas station. And I guess somebody in the comment section had asked her, you know, why your shit be lighting up? And she's like, who gives a fuck? It looked like it looked like the fucking AirPods. I ain't spending $100 on no damn earphones. And I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, but you bought them little $5 cheap ass bootleg joints that are gonna break in a week or two, just so you can go back and buy more. And it's like, when it comes to tech, if you want some advice, save your money and get a high quality tech product. Stop buying tech. Like, if you want to skimp on like shirts, or if you want to buy a little itchy ass cheap shirt, then fine, whatever. But do not skimp on tech, because you're going to regret it in the long run. So I say that to say that I dropped a bag on a new iMac. I got the 10 core 2020 iMac. I'm really upset too, because the new iMac is supposed to drop later this year or early 2021. They're supposed to be implementing their ARM chips, or they're getting rid of the Intel chips, and they're implementing their ARM chips, their own in-house proprietary chips, and supposedly it's supposed to give like a 50 to 100% boost in performance. So I was trying so hard to hold out, but my 2015 iMac just broke down. I put it through a lot of paces. I mean, we got over 1,200 videos on my main channel alone. We got hundreds on the GI one, and then I got hundreds on my Black Hokage Plays channel. I put that computer through the paces, and it just broke down. Like, the knees just gave out. So I ended up spending a few $1,000s on a new iMac. And that's why I've been putting out videos more. It's been motivating me to edit more for the simple fact that there's a stronger processor and GPU in there, so it renders way faster. So I can spend more time editing versus I used to do like one little edit and then like I would be sitting there for like 5 minutes waiting for that shit to render and then do another little edit. It just became annoying. So spend money on your tech. Don't be cheap on your tech. So yeah, that's the health and the life update that I got for y'all. We all over the goddamn place. I'm already tired of talking. Let me get a swig of this water, bro. We need to, somebody suggested that. Y'all want to see water bottles for that? Let me know. Let me know. So, let's get into it. Quick, let's get some quickie news that I got for you guys. Here's a few stories that I found that I thought were interesting that I wanted to share with you guys for the podcast. First and foremost, at first, I brought this up for women, but then I think this news is devastating for everybody across the board, all genders, whether you identify as a man, woman, or a helicopter. Twitter is testing voice DMs. Twitter is currently doing a beta test for a feature where people can send you voice DMs. This is devastating news because I mean, they got it on Instagram already, and Instagram is a terrible place, full of vanity, and it looks like it could be coming to Twitter. I don't know if it's going to be going mainstream for everybody, but if it does, the reason I wanted to share this news story is because just be aware. Do not be surprised if bootleg rappers, aspiring rappers, just start sending voice DMs talking about, hey, hey, bro, check out my mixtape. And ladies, do not be surprised if dudes start sliding in your DMs saying something, yo, hey, shorty, it's sundress season. Let me see something. Like you're gonna get voice DMs. Motherfuckers are gonna be mad obnoxious with this shit. According to this article, he shared the news that you can send a 20-second voice message. We know people want more options, how they express themselves in conversation on Twitter, both publicly and privately. So, I mean, it's kind of similar to, I mean, it looks almost exactly like the Instagram voice messages. Don't be surprised if Chirac villains start threatening you via DM. King Von fucking comes in your DM and threatens you with the audio shit. So I'm just putting that out there. Be aware that this feature is coming. And I feel like it could be a potential disaster. I'm glad my DMs used to be open. I closed that shit. This is why, man, fuck y'all. Hold on, shit. Let me go here. Okay, and then the second story that I wanted to talk about was Amazon had like a little press conference, and they revealed a bunch of different new products that they got coming out. One of them is called the Amazon Ring. It's a $250 security drone that will fly around your house. Don't buy this shit. Do not buy this shit. Big brother is trying to be all up in your house. So apparently this thing just like, them Call of Duty, remember them drones in Black Ops 2? Apparently this thing just flies around your house when it ever detects a motion or something. It's supposed to do security. I don't believe that shit, man. The slightest conspiracy theorist in me believes this is just Jeff Bezos' way to fucking spy on you. And it might not even be nothing like malicious in terms of spying, like feeding information to the government, but like he's super data driven. And I feel like this thing is just gonna fly around your house, listen to your conversations, and then next thing you know, you open up your web browser and you're getting product suggestions for like you and your friends could be talking about buying a mixer, and next thing you know, you're getting product suggestions for a mixer because your drone is listening around the house. Or he could be feeding information to the fucking government, bro. Who knows? I don't know, man. I don't trust this shit. It's just really suspicious to me too, because it's only $250. That's for a drone that flies around your house all day. That's pretty fucking cheap. That's pretty fucking cheap. And this is Amazon. I don't think they're gonna put out a fucking janky ass product. And the problem with this also too is this is being developed by Ring. Ring is they were originally what's the word I'm looking for? An independent security system, but Amazon bought them up like a couple years ago, and now it's a product that Amazon's pushing. And the problem with Ring is like it's been proven. You can look this up on YouTube. It's been proven that it's very easy to hack their security system on some watchdog shit. And there's like this video of like this dude who hacked into this one little girl. Like he hacked into this family's house who used the Ring security system. He hacked into their security cameras, and the little girl, the daughter, was playing in the room. He was speaking to her and shit, scared the living shit out. Look this shit up, bruh. Look this shit up, bruh. I'm not buying this. Y'all can have this shit. I'm good. Motherfuckers is not, they don't need to be in my house. They don't. So be aware the Amazon Ring is coming to spy on you. If you're beating your meat, Jeff Bezos is gonna know. He's also gonna know whether or not you left 5 stars on this fucking podcast. Let's see, Regal Movies, they're closing. That was another quick story I wanted to bring up. This is really sad. You know, this is another example. Please, 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 people, wash your hands. Wear a mask. Nobody's trying to oppress or suppress you. We're just trying to be healthy, man. This COVID shit, like I talk about natural selection a lot on my stream. This COVID shit should really show you that natural selection is real. It's not a fucking joke. It's not some shit that like some asshole like me like talks about. This should go to show you, bro. Fucking people refuse to wear masks, at least stateside. I don't want to say the rest of the world, but like stateside, motherfuckers are still wilding. And because of this, like 45,000 people are about to lose their jobs. Their stocks have dropped by 40%. These things, like in the next couple, if this shit don't get right, Regal could go out of business. Regal's been around since like I was like a kid. Like, and I don't care what nobody says. Like, yeah, you could have rented Mulan via Disney Plus. That shit flopped, and part of it because it was a bad movie. But I feel like the movies should still be here to stay. Like, I wouldn't want it to go. Like, going to the movies is an experience, in my opinion. Yes, they charge $1,000 for some popcorn and $1 million for some Twizzlers. That is fucked up. But the movie theater is an experience. The sound, the large, big 8K screen, whatever it is. They got the recliner seats. Now some movie theaters offer like they offer in-house dining and stuff like that. And then on top of that, like, in just like the energy being around people, like I was talking about it on stream, like, I'm sorry, but like, as much as I love Marvel movies, if I would have watched Endgame at home on Disney Plus, it would have not been the same as watching it in the movie theater. And like the reasoning being is like, you know, for anybody listening right now who has not seen Endgame, Avengers Endgame, please, you know, shut your ears right now. Put your fingers in your ear. I can't hear anything because I'm about to spoil something. It's not a spoiler at this point. You're broke. But anyways, at the end when they were fighting Thanos and Captain America picked up Thor's hammer, yo, the movie theater went crazy. And I'm not gonna hold you, I was screaming like a little girl too. And you know, it's funny, I seen this movie twice. I saw it once by myself without my girl because she was busy and I wanted to see it on fucking release night. So I went and saw it by myself because I didn't give a fuck. And then like a few days later, I went and saw it with my girl because she wanted to see it. And when I went to go see it the second time, I knew what was gonna happen, and I was still a little giddy, like, and like the fucking crowd went crazy because it was their first time seeing it. It's just like the movie theaters is an experience, and I would hate to see it go, regardless if they be robbing people for putting extra butter on their popcorn. Fuck them for that. But I wouldn't want to. And then on top of that, as like I said, 45,000 people about to lose their job. That shit ain't funny. That shit is not fucking funny with COVID going on. So I say that to say, people, please wear your mask. Please, when you have to go out, and please wash your hands. Jesus fucking Christ, man. I'm ready to go outside, man. I'm ready to fucking go outside. I'm tired of working out on my balcony, but you do what you gotta do to survive. Like I said, natural selection. I'm on my General Iroh shit, my Uncle Iroh shit, working out in the jail cell. When I come out, I'm gonna be a different man. And last but not least, on the quick bites, I feel like I don't talk about. Well, I actually just talked about tech. I don't know what I'm talking about. The Apple event happened the other day on October 13th. Get this fucking audio out of here. My bad if y'all hear that. They announced the iPhone 12, iPhone 12 mini, the iPhone 12 Max, and the iPhone 12 Max Super Saiyan. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't impressed. I think I might be holding on to my iPhone. I have an iPhone 10s. I might be holding on to it for like another year, rocking out the rest of my contract, because I didn't see nothing in this 12 that was worth upgrading. The new camera does look nice. I take that back. I was impressed when they showed off the low light capabilities of this camera, so that's really awesome. But then on the flip side, I was like, you know, if I'm gonna shoot low light video, I'm gonna use my dedicated camera. Like, I don't think I would ever use an iPhone unless you're recording, you know, World Star fights at night or some shit like that. But it was impressive. And then like the new A14 Bionic chip, that's impressive. It's gonna make gaming more smooth. But like, you know, it's like an incremental update. There's not like some new feature on here that I absolutely have to have. So and 5G's whatever, that's gonna be everywhere. The Apple speakers, whatever. I did like the little wallet, the magnetic wallet that you can get on your iPhone. That looked kind of cool, but that's not a reason to fucking buy a new iPhone. And then they announced the iPod, the HomePod Mini. That's gonna be Apple trying to spy on you. It's like a speaker with Siri in it. That would be useful for me because I always be thinking about like random stuff. The reason I know a lot of things is because I just be on the toilet and I'll just be thinking about shit. And then I'll just Google it. And next thing you know, I'm learning and I'm, learning about something new. And like, having Siri sitting around and being able to just ask, hey Siri, what is this? I could do that on my watch or my phone, but just having like an actual dedicated Google Siri thing, that'd be cool. But I'm not spending $100 on that, so fuck that. Maybe I'll catch it on sale for like a Prime Day or something like that, or another sale day. But the most disturbing thing about this Apple event is when they announced the actual iPhone 12. There was a moment where like they were talking about the ecosystem and how they had reduced their carbon footprint by like X amount of percent or whatever. And like I was like, okay, that's impressive. Good for Apple. They're making amazing products. They're helping the environment. They're helping the trees. They're helping us make us breathe better. And then they got to the kicker. Then they said the way we reduced our carbon footprint by 80% was we are now no longer shipping the new iPhones with chargers. The iPhone 12 will ship without a charger. I said, bitch, what? I said, hold up, fuck them trees, bro. What the fuck are you talking about, dog? Like, how you gonna give me this new powerful ass phone and no way to charge it? And their excuse was that they're assuming everybody has a charger now. We know that you're on our ecosystem and a lot of people. What if that person's their first iPhone ever? Like, my first iPhone was the iPhone 6S. That was like maybe 5-6 years ago. But before that, I was a big Android dude. So there's gonna be people that are gonna maybe want to consider converting over from Android to iPhone, and they're not gonna have a cable. And now you're telling them they have to pay extra money to get it. That's stupid, bro. Even if it was like a short cable, and man, fuck that shit. So I'm not buying this. I do like the fact I got the Apple Watch. I do like the fact that I can unlock my iMac with my Apple Watch. That's pretty fire, but I don't know about that. So that's my thoughts on the Apple event. Step it up. Y'all need to do something. I feel like smartphones are just in a weird state where they're not innovating a lot, and none of it really interests me. On the gaming side of things, it was announced that, by the way, I do not, since the last podcast, I beat several games. I beat Mafia, the Definitive Edition, and I beat Crash Bandicoot 4. You can watch my entire playthroughs on my second YouTube channel, Black Hokage Plays. I'm not reviewing Mafia Definitive Edition. I don't have what I'm basically trying to say is I don't have a review for this fucking podcast, but I'm not reviewing Mafia Definitive Edition. Reason being is like, it's a remaster. I don't know. I did a review of the SpongeBob remaster, and it was kind of really hard to do because it's like an old game. Same thing with Mafia Definitive Edition, but if you want to hear my quick thoughts on it, it was fire. I really enjoyed it. It was actually my first time playing, so it was a blind playthrough. I never played Mafia. I've only played a little bit of Mafia 2. I might end up playing that on stream eventually, and I beat Mafia 3, of course. But I actually really enjoyed it. The visuals were beautiful. It was straight to the point. The gunplay was good. The cover system was a little clunky. Definitely felt old, but I enjoyed it. It was a really good story. I enjoyed it, and I definitely recommend picking it up if you have any interest in Mafia. You get all 3 games, and it's a true remake. And they fixed certain things about the game, because in the old game you weren't allowed to drive past red lights, or the cops would chase after you. In this version you can actually turn that shit off, thank God, because I would have probably hated the old game. So shout out to Mafia Definitive Edition, definitely pick that up. And then I also beat Crash Bandicoot 4. If you want my thoughts on that game real quick, fuck that game. All right, I'm just not a fan of Crash Bandicoot. I'm not. I don't get it. Crash Bandicoot is an idiot. He's a fucking idiot, man. He's an idiot. And like, he's not like the funny idiot, like fucking, I always say like, he's not like a funny idiot like Daxter and Jack and Daxter. Daxter is fucking hilarious. And not only that, but Daxter gets bitches, if you remember. He was getting hella hoes in them games, right? But fuck it, that nigga don't get no bitches. He date a Twitch streamer. What's that big burly bitch that he fuck with? Fucking with the colored hair. She look like a Bandicoot Twitch streamer. I just don't like the camera in the game. The game Crash Bandicoot is not even a hard game. It's hard, but it's only hard because the camera sucks, and they purposely do that. It's the Dark Souls of platformers, bro. The Dark Souls of platformers. If you like Crash Bandicoot, you might like this game, but even still, maybe not, because there were big Crash Bandicoot fans in my chat, and even they said that like it wasn't the best Crash game. There were certain things in that game like, woo, like that last 2 hours of the game was like a difficulty spike. It was not fun at all, I'm not gonna lie, but I had gotten so far in the game that I was determined to beat it. but I did not have fun playing that game, and I don't like Crash as a character. He's boring, he's stupid. It's just not for me. But if you like Crash, you might like Crash 4. Whatever. The game looks nice if you want a positive, but fuck that game. This episode of Hokage Thots is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. If you seek knowledge that's well produced, get straight to the point, and more organized than what you get from free tutorials on YouTube, then Skillshare is for you. Skillshare offers courses on everything from photography to video editing, marketing, and more. Fun fact, one of my viewers just tweeted me last week thanking me putting her on to Skillshare. She took a course on leadership from Skillshare, and when she mentioned it in her job interview, she ended up landing the job. Now, as for me, I've been taking a course called Filmmaking from Home by Penny Lane. I'm a content creator who works from home, so it just made sense. I don't know everything, and I was looking for some new ways to spruce up my approach to content. I love that this course is broken down into 12 parts, none of which are longer than 8 minutes, and it's because Skillshare makes learning efficient. Most courses are under 60 minutes, and members get unlimited access to thousands of classes for less than $10 a month. And for a limited time only, get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership at Skillshare.com/Hokage Thots. I repeat, for a limited time only, get a free trial of Skillshare's premium membership at Skillshare.com/Hokage Thots. Come on, man, there's COVID going on. Get out there, learn something new so you can make you some money, or you could just find a peace of mind or a new hobby. And you can do that for free with a free trial at Skillshare.com/Hokage Thots. Another sponsor of today's show is Hawthorne. Hawthorne is a men's hygiene brand with simplicity in mind. If you're tired of going to the store and not knowing what to get, then being worried that the sales rep is trying to upsell you some trash that's overpriced, you might want to try Hawthorne. You don't even need to go to the store to do so. Just head on over to hawthorne.co and fill out their 2-minute quiz. And based off your answers, they'll recommend you the products in their catalog that best suits your needs. They've got colognes, soaps, lotions, cleansers, shampoos, deodorants, and more. They have tons of combinations, so every man's experience will be unique. I just recently started using their hand soap, and it is hands down the best smelling soap that I've ever used. It has a masculine wooden smell to it that the ladies love. I also love the fact that their colognes come in a set of 2, one for work and another for play. So you get more bang for your buck. But just in case you don't enjoy your experience, which I highly doubt, everything about Hawthorne is risk-free. They have free shipping and free returns. And since Hawthorne is a sponsor of the show, be sure to head on over to hawthorne.co, and that's Hawthorne with an E, and use promo code Hokage at checkout to get 10% off your first purchase. That's hawthorne.co, and use code Hokage to get 10% off your first purchase. Another piece of news. Speaking of dog shit, now that we're off of Crash Bandicoot, make sure to pull up on the video version of at youtube.com for the youtube.com/theblack-Hokage if you want to see what I'm talking about. Monster Hunter, the world-renowned video game. They're coming out with a movie. This shit came out of left field. I'm not gonna hold y'all, man. I'm not a big Monster Hunter fan, but you know, I'm always gonna try to support the culture because, you know, if we support things like this, it only benefits the industry and it'll continue to grow. But I say that to say that I'm probably not going to support this. I might bootleg this allegedly. We might have to see if this movie is easy as defined as 1, 2, 3. If you catch my drift, real ones know what I mean when I say 1, 2, 3. Anyways, Monster Hunter's coming out with a movie, and I've played Monster Hunter World and I played Monster Hunter 4 on the 3DS. So I played a couple Monster Hunter games. I'm familiar with the formula. It's an okay franchise to me. I'm sorry, this movie looks fucking awful, bro. It looks awful, and I know it's awful. I'm not a Monster Hunter fan, but if you go look at the trailer, currently at the point on which I'm recording, there's 19,000 likes and 12,000 dislikes, bruh. And like, if you read the comments, they are just clowning. They say this shit look like ass. So Monster Hunter fans, I don't think they really fucking with this. Like I said, I'm not an expert on this shit, but I watched the trailer. And the shit looks awful. It looks like Call of Duty with dragons. And then they got T.I. in this shit. What the fuck? What is T.I. doing here, bruh? What is T.I.? This shit looks like a terrible... It looks like a parody on Jarhead with dragons, bruh. This shit looks fucking awful. It might be funny to watch for like shits and giggles with your girl or your boys or something. But I wouldn't pay for this. I would allegedly watch it. I'd trap out the bandwidth for this shit. It's funny too because I was like reading the comments and somebody in the comments said... Is it like required for all? Oh, there it goes. Apparently, it's a law that action movies must include someone shouting, "Move, move, move!" and "Go, go, go!" And if you haven't watched the trailer, that's literally a summary of the trailer. that big ass dragon from Monster Hunter appears. Then T.I. and some random white lady with some M16s and some military helmets and dust all over their face talking about some move, go, bravo. Like, that's literally the fucking trailer. I was like, yo, this shit looks horrible. I don't know who greenlight this. Who was asking for this? Video game movies have been horrible since fucking Super Mario movie, bro. Who the fuck was asking for this? The monsters look okay with the like the CGI. But the actual premise of the movie, it looks cheesy. The outfits look terrible. T.I. in the army just looks funny. I mean, get your money, but this shit looks awful, bro. I don't know. I'm curious to know if does T.I. even know what Monster Hunter is. I'm gonna pass on this movie. I'm gonna pass on this. So yeah, make sure to check out this Monster Hunter official trailer on YouTube. They got a movie coming. It's looking really interesting. Other gaming news includes the PS4 update. So here we are going into the next generation of the PS5. And Sony was like, we got one more update for you, one more for the PS4 that y'all really gonna like. It's really gonna get the people talking about Sony. So, update 8.0 now records party chat. First and foremost, if you're still talking in console party chat, you're poor. There's this thing, it's called Discord. It's really easy to use. Everyone's got a community. The audio on Discord on your phone is better than the audio on the fucking PlayStation and an Xbox. And then on the PC, it's even better because you're using whatever microphone that you want on top of their little voice compression and all that shit. So if you're still using PS4 party chat in 2020, you're poor. But that being said, just know that update 8.0 has dropped and it now records party chat. Here's what they were saying. So following this update, users are seeing a notification about party safety and that voice chats in parties may be recorded. Voice chat recording for moderation is a feature that will be available on the PS5 when it launches. It will enable users to record their voice chats on PS5 and submit them for moderation review. The pop-up you're seeing on PS4 right now is to let you know that when you participate in chat with a PS5 user post-launch or the PS4, they may submit those recordings from their PS5 console or their PS4, because this is the feature that they're implementing for both platforms. So basically the reason I'm bringing this up is be careful what you say in them party chats. Do not put your business out there. Do not put your personal business out there because people can record it. Do not say nothing crazy. I mean, you shouldn't be saying crazy, racist, sexist shit anyway. But be very careful about what you say. Don't be joking with people, because I mean, me and the boys, we joke all the time too, but we all know that we're joking. But like, there's certain things that I say to them in private that I would not say to other people because they may not get my sense of humor. Don't joke with people who don't understand your sense of humor, that you don't have a rapport with, because they could record that conversation and send it to Sony, and then next thing you know, your account gets sent to Ban World. You don't want to go to Ban World. So be careful with that. And then also, like, if you talking like a terrorist or some shit, you talking about blowing something up, motherfuckers is gonna get you, boy. I mean, they should get you. So snitching is gonna be on the rise. Be careful what you say in your party chat to your boys, because it could lead to some bullshit and you don't want to end up getting in trouble. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people in my Twitch chat talking about that. That's all I can say. Snitching is about to be on the rise. I don't have nothing crazy to say other than that. What other stories I got for you? Yo, it's been a lot going on. Actually, I don't have any more stories that I want to talk about. I'm gonna save those for the GI podcast. I'm gonna take those off my notes. So I took a few questions from you guys that were, I got life questions. We're gonna get into that later in the podcast. But I took a few questions from you guys. I put them in the gaming section since it was gaming related. And the first question comes from Lonely Sonic Fan, and he says, it doesn't seem like this next generation of gaming is going to have the generational graphics leap that we've been used to seeing. In what ways do you see this newer generation pushing gaming forward? I don't know if I agree with that statement saying that it doesn't seem like the next generation of gaming is going to have a big graphical leap. It's not fair to judge what you're seeing right now based off of what you see. It's not fair to judge compare launch titles on a new console to titles at the end of the lifespan of a console, if that makes sense. And what I mean is, like, the thing that's cool about consoles is, yeah, the specs don't improve over time. Like, once they set the specs, those are the specs for the next 5 to whatever years. But what's cool about consoles is because developers know what they're working with, it's easier to optimize for that platform, and it's easier to squeeze the extra juice out of those consoles. So like if you go back to every generation, go look at those PS3 launch titles and then compare it to like towards the end of the PS3 when like The Last of Us came out. Them PS3 launch titles look like PS2 games. And it's gonna be the same way. At the launch of the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, they're gonna look like Xbox One games, they're gonna look like PS4 games. And that's because developers are just now getting their hands on it. You're not gonna really start to see the true power of the consoles until 2, 3, 4 years down, when developers have a better grasp on how to use it. So I don't think it's fair to judge the platform when it first comes out. Launch titles are never the best. They're launch titles. They're just there to get you to buy the platform. It's down the road where you'll start to see the power. I think for the PS5, you'll probably see a big graphical leap when they finally show that new God of War, because I'm pretty sure the developers behind that are going to use the power. That, and then what games? Xbox don't got no games, so I don't know what example to use. When it comes to what is it, the Halo game, that didn't take a big graphical leap because if you read the articles, there's been a lot of in-house fighting with 343 Industries. That game's been in development hell basically, so they're struggling right now. I don't know. I would say don't judge it. Don't judge it too soon. Don't judge it too soon. Just be excited to hear. In what ways do you see new generations pushing gaming forward? I think gaming will be pushed forward from, I think maybe we'll start to see more like a smaller scale, like $40 games and like indie titles, because AAA game development is not a sustainable business model. These companies are spending hundreds of millions of dollars on developing experiences with crazy graphics and set pieces and shit just for most of you not to buy it, or when you do buy it, you buy it on sale. So don't be surprised if you start to see smaller, more indie experimental games, which is actually good, because if there's less money invested into the game and it's a shorter, smaller scale game, they'll be more inclined to take risks. So I think we might see more of that. I mean, you already see that kind of on Steam. You already have a game like Hades that's really popular, and that's a smaller scale game. And then also I would say like integration with social media and functionality. They're gonna see more of that in development. But other than that, I don't really know what to tell you, what to expect, because I'm not a game developer. All I can say is I hope that they take more risks based off what I just said. Hopefully that helps. Next question comes from DJ DD. He said, "What up, TBH? Wanted to know if you had a favorite childhood gaming moment that you remember the most." I remember I was catching, I have no clue how to pronounce this, Rayquaza on my GBA. I think that's a Pokemon. I think it's that green dragon, because he posted a picture. I haven't played every Pokemon, sue me. And how accomplished I felt after catching it. It kept up the amazing work. Keep up the amazing work you're doing in your business. So it's funny that you talk about childhood memories, and you brought up Pokemon, because the first childhood memory that I thought of was actually Pokemon. So I'm from the red and blue era. And during the red and blue era, there was a glitch in the game. Remember, this is before the internet, bro. This is before the internet existed, but it was a luxury back then. Most people did not have it, including my black ass. And back during when Pokemon Red and Blue came out, there was this glitch in the game called Masingo. And I don't remember exactly how you made it spawn, but this thing was like, it was a fucking legend, man. It was a fucking legend. It was like word of mouth. It was spreading around the playground like, yo, you can catch this glitch that gives you like unlimited rare candies, and you can battle with it and shit, but don't catch it. Like, you can battle it but don't catch it, because it'll fuck your game up, bro. So I started looking around, and like then I read an article in the grocery store, because like I said, it's before the internet, on how to make Masingo appear. And like from what I remember as a kid, you had to go talk to, I think it was like some fisherman. It was like some old dude in the village in one of the towns. You talk to him, and then you activate surf on one of your water Pokemons along the coastline, and then you had to go back and forth up and down the coastline, and then Masingo would appear. And when a Masingo would appear, it was a glitch apparently, that a bug they never got out of the game. It was like a level 100 Pokemon or some shit that just appeared as like a glitch. I don't even know how to describe it. Just like some fuzzy shit, like when your TV goes fuzzy. And like if you beat it, you would get like a unlimited like rare candies or some shit like that. But if you caught it, it would fuck up your game save. And, you know, me being the dumbass kid that I was, I had to test the water. So I beat his ass, caught it, and it bricked my game. It did break the game. So I remember that. But I also remember them unlimited, them rare candies shit. That shit was fire. Like that. I actually feel bad, man. I feel bad for like people growing up in this era in a sense that like, if you get stuck on like Easter eggs are not Easter eggs anymore. I feel like we need to come up with a new term, because like when a new game comes out, like that was like an Easter egg or like a glitch that Nintendo just left in the game. And like the only way you would know about that glitch is you had to know the right kid on the playground who knew the right person, whose big cousin told them or something like that. It was just like a different type of energy. And it was like, ooh, maybe it'll happen. Ooh, maybe it won't. Like in this era, it's really, and maybe I'm the only one, but I feel like it's really annoying when a new game comes out and IGN and GameSpot, the day the game comes out, they'll drop a video. All the Easter eggs in The Last of Us 2, all the Easter eggs in this game, and all the Easter eggs, and they just completely spoil the game. And like, it was fun to just actually go hunt and just be in the moment, I guess. And then like nowadays you can just go on YouTube and watch a walkthrough and you get stuck and shit. It's not, I don't know. So that was something I remember. And I guess I remember that memory stuck out to me. It was just an era where there was a lot of mystery involved. It was a time where like you didn't really know anybody outside your block. You didn't even know people on your other side of your town because there was no social media. So you had to learn things on the playground. And it's like, who told you about that? My cousin, my third cousin removed from my dad's side from the south side of town told me he was out in Philly. And like, it was just, and he was like, you just be like, word. So like, I don't know. I thought that was cool growing up as a kid, Masingo. Anyway, that's all I got for the game inside of shit. Let me take a swig of this water real quick, and then we're gonna get into it. Anime. Oh, yeah, rate the podcast 5 stars. This shit is trash. Anime. Y'all know I don't watch a lot of TV these days. These days I'm focused on, growth. But I have recently started watching some anime because, not to get all sentimental on a nigga and shit. But, I've been trying to spend more time with my girl, I be getting so busy with like work and shit and getting caught up in like growth, and sometimes you ignore the people you love, and she expressed that she wanted more attention, so nigga had to give her some attention. Big Daddy had a conto. Fucking so like I designate like date nights, where we watch anime and shit and do whatever she wants to do. I just turn off my phone, computer, and stuff like that. Be an adult, basically. Being successful is completely pointless if you have nobody to share it with. If you want some advice, I know this has nothing to do with anime. I actually seen a TikTok the other night, and dude was saying that like it really stood out to me because dude was saying that he's like, I'm 31. He's like, I got my own house. He's like, I got multiple vehicles, and he was showing them on camera. He's like, I got my own land. He showed his land on camera. But he's like, I'm 31 years old. He's like, I have no wife, no kids. And he's like, he's like, this is really weird. He's like, I don't even know why I'm posting this. He's like, I just want people to know. He's like, in the midst of all that grinding and whatnot, the worst thing about all this is the silence. He's like, it's a terrible feeling, especially with COVID. I mean, yeah, COVID is exposing how important relationships are with people. You can have all the money in the world, but the true currency is relationships. And he was just saying like the thing that kills him the most is he's like, I have all this shit, but what does it mean? He's like, I come home and it's just silence. And I felt that. So, I try to make a concerted effort to make sure that you speak to and stay involved and take interest in the people in your lives, because what I'm saying, who cares you sitting on a pile of money if you're not happy? And I'm not saying I'm not happy, but you gotta make sure that other people are happy. Where was I going with that? I have no clue. That shit got hella deep. Fucking, where was I going with that? I have no clue. Oh, anime night. Yeah. So I try to make sure I designate time now, because sometimes I could be forgetful of people. I get so caught up in my purpose. You gotta remember that. Show people some love. So yeah, we had date night and shit. We've been doing date night, whatever. And I watched I watched with her the new Inuyasha show. There's a new, for those of you unaware, it's available on Crunchyroll. There's a new spin-off show of Inuyasha, and Inuyasha was my childhood, so I was like, hell yeah, let's watch that. It's called and I apologize if I'm butchering this shit. Y'all know I can't pronounce this Japanese shit. I don't care if my name is Hokage. Yashahime, I think that's how you say it. Yashahime, Princess Half Demon. It's spelled Yashahime. Yashahime, Princess Half Demon, and it's a spin-off show starring the children of Inuyasha and Kagome, because Inuyasha's a fucking pedophile. First impressions, I only watched the first episode. At the time in which we watched it, it was only one episode dropped, a new one dropped, so we're actually watching it tonight. So I'm gonna catch up on it. I only watched one episode. It's kind of hard to judge it because the first episode, it was just kind of like a recap, a little bit of things that kind of happened in Inuyasha, but with it mixed in with what's going on in the current timeline with the kids and stuff. It turned up a little bit in the second half of the episode, but it's still kind of hard to judge. I gotta watch 3, 4, 5 more episodes to sit with it. But if you want something to watch and you're a fan of Inuyasha, definitely check it out. It's available on Crunchyroll. And then the other show that we watched was called, and once again I apologize for butchering this shit, Jujutsu Kaisen. And it's a show about like a ghost hunter or some shit like that. Like apparently there's like demons in the world, but only certain people can see and fight them. And this dude, the main protagonist, just happens to be naturally strong and believe in friendship. And I honestly don't know what the fuck is going on in this show. I need to watch more episodes of this. But I did like the action scenes. Let's talk about God of High School though. God of High School. Everybody clowned me because I said I wasn't gonna watch it. People come through into my Twitch chats every day. When you gonna watch God of High School? I told you bitch ass niggas, I'm not watching nothing called God of High School. I'm 30 years old. I graduated in 2008. Okay, let's do the math. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I graduated high school 12 years ago. I'm so far removed from fucking high school. I don't want to watch nothing called the God of High School. And niggas in my chat every day come through. You ignorant, you sound stupid, that shit lit. They got crazy fight scenes and shit like that, bro. You gotta watch God of High School. Nope, I don't want to watch the God of High School. I don't want to watch the Prince of Sophomore Year. I don't want to watch fucking the Court Jester of College. I don't want to watch none of that shit, bro. I'm mentally removed from it. And he's like, it's not what you think. It might not be what I think. Let me be ignorant, okay? This is my choice. At least I'm ignorant about shit that don't matter, like fucking cartoons. Yeah, I called it a cartoon. I don't care nothing about what your favorite cartoon is. I say that to say this. I may be wrong about the premise of the show. Maybe it is lit from like a fighting standpoint, but it ain't that lit. Because a lot of people came through to my chat the other night. I guess like the season finale of God of High School happened and motherfuckers was not pleased. They wasn't. They're not. Yeah, a lot of people came through. I guess maybe like the second half of the show, took a spin for the worse. Apparently that show is ass. It's not interesting. The writing is terrible. It's just random fights and stuff. And I said, damn, that's crazy. Looks like my ignorant ass was right again. Anyways, so yeah, fuck that show. And that's all I got to say on the anime. If you guys actually have some anime, because like I actually need to catch up on Black Clover. I don't be trying to sound cool when I say I have not really been watching TV like the last 6 months. I just kind of cut it out of my diet, and I've been focusing on my health, producing content, and just developing my mind, I guess, becoming a better person. But that being said, we're back on it. We're watching not a lot. I'm not going to introduce TV a lot into my diet. I still prefer to stay away from that shit because it rots your brain. But for date nights, when she want to watch something or do something, I'm definitely open to taking suggestions. If you guys have any suggestions from what I should watch, put a little bit in the diet. If you have any suggestions, feel free to tweet me at Mr_I_keep_it_real if you have any anime suggestions on things worth checking out. And last but not least, let's get into the question section of the podcast. Now, for those of you unaware, if you're new to the podcast, this is the part where I talk a lot about life and content creation and whatever else people ask me. This is my disclaimer. Please keep in mind that I do not consider myself a god of deity. King Deity. I do not consider myself the all-seeing eye. I do not know everything about life. I'm learning every day. Simply, every time before I record an episode, I put out a tweet. I say, hey, I'm working on show notes for the next episode. If you guys have any topic suggestions or any questions that you want to ask me for the podcast that you would like answered, reply to this tweet. And dozens and dozens and dozens of people reply to that tweet. They ask me questions, and this is me trying to answer them to the best of my ability. But that being said, my word is not law. I do not know everything, and you can do whatever the fuck you want with this information. And with that being said, first question comes from Skipta. And he says, in the previous episodes, you talked about how you want to travel. As someone in the Air Force, I've been provided the opportunity of traveling across Europe and Japan. If you could pick 2 countries for each continent to visit, what would they be? First of all, thank you for your service. Shout out to you. Keep holding it down. And I know you will because you're in the Air Force, aka the Chair Force. So I know your ass is sitting down. Anyways, yo, let me stop. All right, chill. Right about my last time. So where would I like to travel? The generic answer, of course, is Japan, but I do want to go to Japan. I want to go to South Korea. Honestly, most of my travels that I want to go to is a lot in Asia. I want to go to Vietnam. I am a pho. I love pho, and I got to go to the motherland of pho. I want to go to probably maybe like Egypt, Morocco, maybe South Africa, Ethiopia, Ghana. Where else would I like to go? Are there any European countries that I want to go to? Maybe Spain. I'm gonna be honest, I've never had any interest in visiting the UK. Maybe it's just me. I don't understand like Americans' fascination. Maybe Italy. I would like to go to Italy. The food's fire. Italian food's fire. But like, I have no interest in eating fish and chips and wearing tracksuits and talking to people whose breath stink. Y'all teeth be crooked and chipped. I'm not trying to hear about how you rob mans and them at the ends. I don't want to hear none of that UK drill shit. I have no interest in. I'm not saying I wouldn't go to the UK. It's just very low tier on my list. Like if I get flown out for like business or something, but I don't know if I'd pay my own money to go to Britain or I'm good off that. Fuck the UK. I'm joking. Shout out to South London and Tottenham. I like tea though. Where else in Europe would I want to go? Part of me would like to go to China, but like, China and America's relationship is kind of weird, and then they don't really like black people over there. So actually, no, I take that back. I don't want to go to China. I don't know if y'all seen, but like they're saying in China, they're saying black people are the ones who created the virus, the COVID virus. That CCP, the Chinese state police or whatever that shit is, the the fucking the Chinese Communist Party. That's what it stands for, CCP. Yeah, they're blaming Africans for the COVID virus, because it's easy to blame black people when we all know that's a lie. It's not the truth. So I take that back. I don't want to go there. I guess China kind of interests me because I'm a big tech dude, and like tech is booming in China. So it's just interesting to be there. But then also too with China, they be cooking food with like gutter oil and shit, so you can't trust the food. I want to go any place where the food is good. So like I said, Spain, all them Asian countries minus China, all them African countries. For all you ignorant ass Negroes, some of the most fire food comes from fucking Africa. Take your ass to an Ethiopian restaurant. Try some fucking Nigerian, Ghanaian jollof. The jollof war between Nigerians and people from Ghana it's fierce. It's fierce. My cousin, he's married to a Ghanaian. Is that how you pronounce it? Women from Ghana or people from Ghana? He's married to a Ghanaian woman. And I got introduced to jollof when I was like 15. This is before like it became like mainstream with like Twitter and shit. So do not sleep on African food. It's fucking fire. Somalian right. I remember in Atlanta when I lived in Atlanta with my cousin, there was this Somalian spot. And I don't know what the fuck they put in that rice and that chicken, but the way they season it, it's different. It is different. So yeah, I love African food. I love Asian food. I've already been to Canada twice. I'm sorry, if you have a passport and you brag about going to Canada, Canada is literally America with the metric system. It's the same exact shit. I don't know. And they have Tim Hortons. Who cares? So yeah, those are the places I would want to go off the top of my head. But we gotta raise the capital. We need to make the money, and the best way to make money is to support the stream, support the YouTube videos, support the podcast, rate it 5 stars. Also, you can send a donation to the Cash App, $the Black Hokage 08. So we can get those. Me and JG were actually talking about the travel blogs and shit like that. That shit would be fire. This man Black just texted me asking me if I wanted a dog. He sent me a picture of a dog. I do want one, but not right now, man. Not right now. Anyways, let's see. Next question comes from Hannah, and she asks, how do I balance work and college and a relationship when you have both large and extremely time-consuming goals that you're trying to meet? We have been together for quality time, and we both are supportive of each other, but finding the balance for work and quality time is difficult. It actually kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier in the podcast, like, because I'm guilty of this shit. I'm very career goal-driven. You have to make the time. We make time for what we want. Set aside, ask your mans. You're like, yo, pick a day. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, pick a fucking day. It can be a Wednesday or Tuesday. What's our date day? It can be shit. I can go to fucking the movie theaters on a Tuesday when it's cheap at 11. But tell him, yo, pick a day. Let's have a date day. We're both gonna turn off our phones, or not pay attention to our phones. We put our work aside, and I say you can do all that college and that work shit all you want, but at the end of the day, all you got is each other. So make sure that I would recommend setting aside at least one date day a week. And if you can find 2, shit, go for it. But you got to put your foot down on that's what you want. You can't do things all willy-nilly. If you just try to freestyle shit, then it becomes frustrating, and you two are going back and forth with one another. Oh, you don't spend time with me, or we never set a date or shit. But like, organization, and this has nothing to actually do with dating. This is life, right? I'm very organized in a lot of different parts of my life, and like that's what I'm trying to organize for my relationship. So organize your relationship, yo. Pick a day, because your ass picks a day when you go to work. Or I mean, you don't. They pick the day, actually. Bad example. Your ass picks a day when you go to class. You don't got to go to class. You pick days when you want to do shit for your career. So pick days to make sure that you're spending time with that significant other and making them feel better. We make time for what we want. And also keep in mind, another reason you should try to make it work, and shout out to Kevin Samuels, because I picked this one up from him. It was something I didn't think about. Like, you're in college right now, and it sounds like you got you a nice little boo thing. Y'all should probably get married. And the reason being is because, like, after college, when you go into the workforce, it's very hard to date. You're gonna be so busy with work, you're not gonna necessarily be thinking as much about dating. And then with COVID going on, it's gonna be hard to meet somebody. So if you feel like you got a good man, lock his ass down. Let him know. Tell him, like, ask him, yo, you trying to get married? Shit, I already expressed that to my girl. You know what I'm saying? If he like you, he gonna marry your ass. He gonna marry. A man don't play when he really like you. Like I said, those are conversations you need to have. And also keep in mind that, like, I don't know. Actually, no, I'm not even gonna go there. Just keep in mind, while you're in college, this is when there's like an abundance of men. So even if that it doesn't work out with that dude, this is the best time to meet a dude. Because after college, it's gonna be hard to meet somebody. I can tell you right now, like, your life completely changes once, because like your life pretty much is on, what's the word I'm looking for? Cruise control, all the way through grade school, high school, middle school, high school, and college. And then once you get out of college, your life is out of cruise control, and you just don't know what's gonna happen. You're not going to be in large gatherings. Like, when you're on college campus, you're in large gatherings with people and stuff, meeting new people. That's not going to happen when you join the workforce. You're going to see the same 12 losers you see every day at your job. And it's going to be hard to date people and meet people in like different types of events and stuff like that, especially with COVID going on. So if you love that man, tell him, yo, I want a date night. Pick a fucking night. Friday, let's fucking do it. We're gonna hump each other. All right, anyways, next question comes from Loudy, and he says, I'm coming off the carnivore diet in November. Is it safe to eat anything whenever I want, or should I limit the bad stuff because my cravings have been crazy? So the answer to the first question, I would say, is it safe to eat? I eat whenever I'm hungry on the days that I work out. Like today, I don't. So today's my rest day for those of you. I do 3 days. I do 3 days of working out, then 1 day of rest. That way I do 6 days a week. And the days that I don't work out, which is one of them, this is my rest day, I fast. I only eat once during the day, and if I'm a little bit more hungrier than usual, I'll eat like a snack or something like that. But I try to limit my calories, and the reason being is I live a sedentary lifestyle, and I'm sure a lot of you do too, especially with COVID going on. A sedentary lifestyle means that, like, you sit at the computer all damn day. So I spend most of my time, streaming and editing video. That's sitting at the computer. Or if you work like an office job, it's a sedentary lifestyle. So I don't need those calories. Calories are supposed to be energy. There's no reason to take in excess calories if you're not going to spend them. So I eat more on the days that I work out. One of the days that I don't, I try to fast, drink a lot of water, and just eat lighter, put down the damn fork. So that's that's what I would say works for me. I'm not gonna say you should do that, but that's what works for me. And then eat anything you want when you come off the diet. No, the point for me, the point of the diet was to develop good habits and put my metabolism, kick it into fast drive or whatever. You should not do this diet because it sounds like you got the wrong mind frame already. It sounds like you ready to come off the diet and then just eat whatever you want. No. You're still supposed to eat healthy. I'm still eating healthy. So no, don't eat anything that you want once you come off the diet. Once you come off the diet, implement carbs back into your diet, but healthy carbs that come from vegetables and healthy sugars that come from fruits. But still, you want to limit the fruits because it's sugar is sugar regardless if it's natural. So no, don't eat anything you want. I mean, what's the point of you going through this diet just for you to put the weight back on? You're gonna be wasting your time. So I tell you the same thing I tell everybody else. You know what you got to do. Quit bullshitting. My next question comes from Aston, and he says, as someone who just loves to create content, I'm curious to what type of content you would like to see up and comers incorporate into their schedules. I wrote this down. I was gonna say, why did I write this down? I wrote this question down because I'm not trying to sound like an ass, but I don't know why you think I care about what kind of content you making. I only care if the shit is dope. But I don't spend my time thinking like, man, I wonder what other content people. It's your shit or it's their shit. I don't care. Like, you incorporate whatever you want to do, whatever works with you. That's not my business. That is not my business. That's, to me, that was a weird question. I don't know. Next question comes from Malachi, and he says, do you think it's the content creator's responsibility to censor themselves if they know they have a younger audience? Yes and no. No, in a sense that, like, for me, like, I think it's very apparent that I make more mature content. I talk about more adult things. It's not my fucking fault that, you don't want your child to hear me cussing. I didn't make videos for kids. I think y'all need to be better parents. I'm not specifically talking about you, but y'all need to stop letting the Xbox and the PlayStation and the YouTube raise your kid. How about, like, I hate the whole people need to be a role model shit. Like, I didn't get into this to be a fucking role model. I started making content to make people laugh and make people think. You need to fucking monitor your kids. How about that? But then, so that's why I say no. But then on the yes side, I say yes in a sense that content creators should censor themselves in certain situations. Like, if you're not knowledgeable about certain things, or I don't think you should be speaking on it. Like, I can't stand people who feel the need to give opinions on things that like I don't talk about NFL because I don't know shit about football. But like, on a more serious note, like just spreading misinformation that fuels flames. Like, people talking about, black issues when you ain't black. You don't know what the fuck it means to be black. That's like me telling the Hispanic community what they need to do. And I'm not Hispanic. What the fuck? I know I look Dominican, but I'm not. So yeah, I think they should censor themselves on certain, because like there are content creators out there that feel the need, because they create content and they're just looking for that daily video and those views. They feel the need to spread their opinion on every fucking thing, and that's why they end up looking stupid. So that's why I say yes and no. In terms of just general cursing, that ain't my problem. My kids, like I said, my parents loved me. People clown me when I say that I've never played, I never played Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I never played Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I played Grand Theft Auto 3 like later in life. And I played San Andreas later in life because I ended up getting it on the Android phone. But I never beat those games, and I never played them when I was kids. And people always clown me, and I would be like, yeah, but I never played them because my parents loved me. They didn't let me play games like that when I was a kid. When I was a kid, I played Super Smash Bros. I played Mario. I played F-Zero. I played Zelda. I was a Nintendo kid as much as I don't clown Nintendo as much. We clowned Nintendo a lot during the Wii U era. But there was a time where people thought I was a Nintendo hater. No, I grew up on Nintendo. I just wanted Nintendo to do better. And the Wii U, I don't care what nobody says, the Wii U is a fucking terrible console. And the Wii was terrible too. But they're back with the Switch. They're back. So yeah, I think people should monitor their kids. It's not the public school system's job to raise your kids. It's not my job to raise your kids. I am a fucking YouTuber and a Twitch streamer. It's your job. If you don't want to raise kids, put a fucking condom on. Take birth control. Because I'm not gonna stop talking about fucking aunties and BBCs because it makes you uncomfortable. Fuck you. I'm not talking about you, Malachi, asking the question. I'm just speaking in general for a comedic purpose. The next question comes from Basil. And I love some basil in my food. And he asks, how do you grow beyond guilt? You know you did something wrong and admit to yourself you were the problem and work towards being better. But how does somebody stop feeling sick inside when they are better? So you did something wrong. You know you did that wrong. That person accepted your apology, but you still feel guilty is what you're saying. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really feel guilt about shit. I don't really live life with regrets like that. I take that back. I might feel it like a little bit, and like I'll apologize. Like there's times where maybe like I could have been more sensitive towards like, you know, my girl or whatever, because I'm very unsensitive. And like I'll apologize when I think about it. But like long-term guilt, nah. I guess I would say to you, I don't have any crazy advice to that, but I would say, the one thing I would say to you is, what's the benefit of remaining guilty, especially if somebody forgave you? At some point, you got to forgive yourself. That's the only way that you can heal. So I would, it's not more of an answer, but more of a question to you. I would say, ask yourself, what is the benefit of feeling that guilt? What is the benefit of that? It's kind of like, what's the benefit of being antisocial? There's no benefit to it. There's no benefit to you feeling guilty. So just focus on, you know, being positive and you'll be all right. The next question comes from Frank, and he said, yo, TBH, I'm 18 soon to be 19. I graduated high school this year. I don't really know what I want to do yet, and I'm scared for my future. Is this normal? And is there any advice you can offer? Yeah, this is normal. Most people don't know what they want to do with their life. And you're young. Like, I'm not trying to be an ass here. I hate to break it to all the younger people listening, but your life story is not original. You're not special. You're not the only one going through this shit. Everybody goes through this shit. This is what life is. The piece of advice I would give you is keep an open mind. Some of the greatest blessings that you block is because you don't allow that opportunity. It kind of goes back to what I was just saying earlier. There's no benefit to being antisocial. Say yes more. If you say yes more, you never know, right? Like, let's say like you're a introverted person and you don't want to go to the kickback because you're scared of talking to people. Well, if you did say yes, you could have met somebody who was a job recruiter for a potential, let's say you wanted to be a photographer who had a photography job, but you never met that person because you wanted to be antisocial. You see what I'm saying? So keep an open mind. I always say that some of the best life lessons that I learned was in the wrestling room during practice. And for those of you unaware, like I was a wrestler all through middle and high school, and I never liked wrestling. I used to play soccer when I was a kid. I used to play travel soccer. I was really good. I was a forward. I used to score all the goals and get all the hoes. They used to call me Pretty Boy when I was young. It was a lot of Beckys that used to play soccer. So it was fun because when I was a kid, we lived on one side of town, but I played soccer on the other side of town where all the Beckys lived. And all the little pretty white girls, they used to call me Pretty Boy because I used to score all the goals. Them hoes used to love me, man. They still do. I don't entertain them. Black men don't cheat. But the point I'm trying to make is, yeah, I used to love soccer, but my dad told me that I needed to do wrestling because I have big ass shoulders. I'm very muscular, and he's like, "You'd be very good at it. You need to do that." And like, I remember I cried about that shit. It was my fifth. I was in the 5th grade going into the 6th grade. It was like that summer. I was going into the 6th grade. He's like, "You're gonna start wrestling." I started crying about that shit. I was like, "I don't want to be a wrestler. I'm a soccer player. I'm a football player." He's like, "No, you're gonna do what I said." The point I'm trying to make to you is, although I didn't want to do it, there's so many blessings that I caught from just keeping an open mind. So whoever's trying to guide you in life, if you lack like guidance, keep an open mind. Say yes to more experiences. Like, I'll give you an example, right? If I would have remained a soccer player, I probably would have never went pro. Probably because I like to make money, and there's no money in the MLS unless I went internationally. You got to be. Most Americans are not that nice to go international. But like an example is like my workout strings. People always ask like, "Yo, your footwork's amazing when you jump rope. How do you do that?" That came from wrestling. In wrestling, you have to stay on your toes. You have to stay on your toes. So naturally, I can do it. I move like a boxer. There's some similarities between wrestling and boxing. And what's the name? 15 years later, I started jumping rope 15 years ago. And 15 years later, even when I was overweight, it was harder because my joints and my muscles couldn't last as long. But you know, I stuck with it. I still had the rhythm, and I learned that from wrestling. And I only would have had that knowledge of how to get myself back into shape because I kept an open mind and I allowed those opportunities to show me something different. A lot of times we block our own blessings. So hopefully you keep an open mind. If there's somebody out there, seek mentorship. They can help you. Yo, next question. It comes from Josh, and he says, you said how in the past you were depressed and were overall in a bad state mentally, physically. What did you stop doing? What did you stop doing and start doing? I don't even know if I was depressed. The problem with my personality is for those of you familiar with the Myers-Briggs personality spectrum, I think that's the word. I'm a ESTJ. My personality is like, if I can, it's funny too. That's why I have an Endeavor poster on my wall. So my personality is it's known as the executive. It's a leadership. I'm that nigga basically. But my personality, the best way I can describe it, because like, just look up ESTJ and feel free to take the personality test and look up your shit. The best way I can describe my personality is to compare it to anime characters, because like, I do think I am, and it's funny because they're some of my favorite characters in these shows. I do act a lot like them. So like, my personality, the equivalent in anime, according to multiple websites, would be Tobirama, the second Hokage, and in Endeavor from My Hero Academia, and then Toph from Avatar. I think I act like all three of those. I'm so like, when you say like how did I get over it, I'm very unempathetic towards myself as well as others. I'm just able to mentally block out shit. I just like, listen, when it comes to for me, it's not that deep. You fall into a rut. You start putting on weight, you start feeling bad and shit, you're staring at the ceiling. And then one day I'm telling you, I swear to God, one day I just woke up and I looked in the mirror and I didn't like what I saw. And instead of bitching about it and like tweeting, oh man, I just threw all the junk food out of my fridge and I started working out and eating better. That's it. The world is not black and white, but there are certain things for me, I see very black and white, and I'm able to just mentally block. I'm very weird. It depends on what day you catch me. But we back on our bullshit. Talk to people. That's the thing that I would say. Talk to people with different perspectives. They can give you different outlooks. The worst thing you can do is just lay in your bed. Make sure you take showers. That was one piece of really good advice. I mean, it's not that I wasn't taking showers, but apparently a lot of people who are depressed don't take showers. Make sure you keeping up your hygiene and get different perspectives. Don't sit in your feelings. Talk to people. All right, that's all I got on my show notes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, please be sure to rate the podcast 5 stars. It helps move my show up the algorithm. And if you want to further support the show, please shoot a donation my way via Cash App. My Cash App is $TheBlackHokage08. Put your money where your mouth is. We're working real hard. I'm actually about to go record another video right now. So with that being said, I appreciate everybody who came through and listened to the podcast, or if you're watching the video version, make sure to leave a like. But other than that, that's all I got. I will see you guys on the next episode of Hokage Thots.